This video is looking at the 2018 ordinary level question B2, which is the intersection of solids question. This type of question generally comes up every year on the ordinary level paper, and it is looking at how two different objects intersect with each other. So trying to find the line of where these two things intersect each other. So we've got prism coming along this way, rectangular base prism here. What is the line of intersection like between the two of them? That's what we're asked to find. So the 3D graphic on the right shows the climbing pole for a children's playground. It's this. Consists of a central rectangular pillar, so that's that. So this is the plan of that. This is the elevation of it, with a horizontal steps attached. So that are these. This is the end view. That's the profile. Figure B2 below shows the plan and incomplete elevation of a portion of the arrangement. A section through the horizontal step is also shown. So this is the section. This is what that step looks like. Part A is this is to draw the given plan and completed elevation, showing all lines of interpenetration, and then to draw an end view of the structure. The end view can go on either side. With this question, I'm going to start by drawing the plan, and I'm using an A3 page here, so I'm going to keep that as low as I can on the page, and just a bit to the left. So the plan of the rectangular base prism is based on the rectangle 100 by 70. So I'm going to start with that first. Just hope we have enough space. Okay, so just off camera there, I was just making sure that this fits on the page, and it just will. So this is the rectangle that I've drawn. It's 70 by 100, measurements given in the question. So that's the rectangle. I'm going to find this same rectangle now up in, or this prism up in the elevation. So at the back, that'll be hidden detail. This is probably visible, some of it anyway. And the height that we're given for this is 100. So I'm just going to draw that much of it. I'm not going to darken any of this really in just yet because I've the other piece to put on it. So what I'm going to draw now is the profile out here on the side, okay, the section view. So this is up a height of 20 off the ground, so up 20 and then up 50. And you can draw that anywhere out here. Doesn't matter, you can draw it off out on the other side if you like. I'm just going to draw it here on this side. So you could draw it as part of the end view if you want. So just off out of the way, so 30 first. So anywhere out here. And this has a bottom width of 50. And then the top is 20 wide, so 10 either side. So this is just going to help us see what the shape looks like, get measurements off it if we need to. So this is the bottom of it, the top of it. So coming through here, and the other side, that's the top and bottom. It comes out to 30 millimeters either side, so measuring 30 this way. That's the very left side of it. 30 on the right of it is this much. So I'm just going to darken in the bits that they've already shown us as dark, just so we can get to the same place that they are in the question. This one is hidden detail. It's based on this corner, which is at the back. So I'm just drawing this in a little bit inside that line. I don't know where they are going to be intersecting just yet. Okay, so that's the elevation without anything intersecting just yet. Now we're going to draw the plan. So the plan, if you look closely at the question, you can see that there's a dot on this corner here. So what that dot is kind of highlighting to us is that the top point of this up here hits this point. Okay, so running through the middle of this here is going to be this top corner up here. Now we've got 20 down beyond that. So this distance here is the width based on this up here. So how wide is the profile? Same thing now for the top of it, or for the base. This is 10 wide from the center, or this is 25 from the center. So we would just need to find the midpoint of this here, so halfway between the two, so between these two here, and then we can measure 25 from that. So 25 down and 25 up. So that's giving us these lines running along this way. So just going through that bit again. This corner here is highlighted in the question. It shows that this point here, the top of this point up here, comes out from the line of that. It's there in line with each other. Then it's 20 millimeters to the next part, okay, and then would be 15 down further. So that gives us the top, what this profile looks like. As these, this face here and this face are vertical, we can see they're vertical here. These lines are going to come in along, and they're where they intersect it, or where they hit it, that's where it stops. So this is where one piece stops the object and hits off it. Same up on top. Left and right. So now this actually completes the plan. So what we've got here is or any of these lines, this edge is vertical, so that's the vertical face of the prism, of the pole, where these lines come in, and we can see where they hit off, and we can see where each one of those is going to hit off it. What that's going to allow us to do now is up into the elevation. Each time one of these lines intersects this this line here, which is the vertical face, it's going to find that same point up here. So down here, we're going to take this point here first on this side, taking this one, project it up along this way. This is the wider point, so it's down low. That's this point down here. It's at the front. It's this point, nice and low. If we do the next point, these are the ones that are on the 20. These are the narrower ones. These are the ones that are up top. So that's going to be this point up here. Again, that's a visible one at the front. These two lines join to each other as this point and this point join to each other. So we're going to draw a line joining these two. Same thing happens now for the next one. Taking this point, again, this point is up high. So that's another point on it. These 2 points join together just as this point joins together. So I can join up that much. Same thing applies for this point here at the back. Now this point comes up along, projects. It's the wide point, so it's down low. It's this point down here. Now with this point, it's at the back. So when we're looking in at the front, I can't see this point because it's hidden behind the rest of it. So the line joining from the top down to here is a hidden detail. And also the line then down at the bottom, so the line down at the bottom that's a solid line, but that's looking at this edge down along here as well. So that completes the left side of this. So what we've done is we've taken each point where this point here projects up, and it's going to meet the point here at the same height. So this is the wider point, this is the wide point down here. It's going to hit off this line, that's giving us a point there. Same thing for this next point in. That's the top point, it's the narrower one, so these are only 20, just like they're only 20 apart. So that's this point up to the top, giving us this point up here. Same for the next one at the back. But we can still see that edge running along the front, so it's a solid line. Now this line coming down along here, it's hidden behind the rest of this bit, so we can't see that, so that's a hidden detail line running down along there. Going to do the same thing for the right hand side of the object, so taking this point, projecting it up, it's down nice and low, so that's that one. Next one is a high point, that's this point up here. Third point is actually at this corner here, so we're going to have lines joining from here across to there, and then they're going to go somewhere from this point. So we need to locate the final point, which is this point down here at the back. So this point, it's on the lower one. Again, it's a hidden detail line, we can't see it, so it's hidden behind the block, both blocks. So hidden detail up along this way. And then finally we've got solid line running out along here. That's this edge, so that's a line representing that edge there. I just added a bit of color to hopefully add a bit of clarity to it. So this this pink surface down here is this pink surface. This green edge is representing of this surface up here. So some of that goes down here behind the back, and we can't see that. So this completes part A of this question, to draw the given plan and completed elevation. And the final part of this then is to draw the end view. Now, just one thing to point out before we draw the end view. Along here you've got hidden detail. This hidden detail is representing this edge here at the back, so that vertical edge. There's hidden detail here because that edge exists. On this side there's no hidden detail because this edge is inside and between the two. So it's where the two merge into each other. That edge is part of, it's inside it, it's not visible, so there's no hidden detail running down along here. So drawing our end view now, next we're going to project our lines across into, so from one view up into the other one. So whatever method you use for that. So I'm just going to draw the rectangle piece first. And the height is going to remain the same object, same height. So the very left hand side of this object is a solid line all the way up to the top. This line here, the next one in, is again looking in from this side. I can see that edge, so it's a solid line all the way up to the top. This next line is this based on this corner here. We're going to come back to that one afterwards because, again, remember there's no hidden detail in the middle of it, so it'll be hidden detail for some of it, nothing for more, and then hidden detail for the rest. And then this corner down here, again, we can see that, so this is a solid line up the right hand side. And just across the top to darken that in. So what we're going to do now is going to draw the profile, or what this piece here looks like. Height is going to remain the same. That can be projected off out this way. Height remains the same. Positions for left, the bottom points left and right, top points left and right, they're found the same way all the other points are. So projected from one view into the next. and gives us this point. That's the low one to the other low one now as well. This point down here at the bottom. Doing the two top points, so we already have one of them. That's this point here, because that was found with this line, which we used for the rectangular piece. Line across up to the top, and it gives us that point up here. So as we're looking in from the left hand side, we can see all of those points. They're all solid lines. So that pink edge would be this edge down here. That would be along this right hand side of this. That would be here. And then the green surface is all of this here. So I'll just shade that in. So that's this side here. This bit is this face here then. So the final few bits that we need to put into this are just some hidden detail representing this edge back here. As I said a while ago, the bit that goes through, that's intersecting the other piece, there's no line there for it, there's no edge there, but above and below there is. So for this part and this part up here, there is going to be some form of hidden detail. It's hidden detail because we're looking in from this side, we can't see that edge at the back. So that is going to be running down from the top up here, hidden detail, and down underneath here as well, also hidden detail. So we've been asked to do two things. We were asked to draw the plan and then draw the elevation where we can see the lines of intersection, and then finally to draw an end view based on our drawing that we've got down here. So that completes this question. It's the 2018 ordinary level question B2.